I won't stop talking about that war I was in.
And you shouldn't. I'm Dr. Julie. I'm a board certified psychiatrist, and I spent about 11 years working in the VA hospital system. When I first came to work in the VA system, which was like in the early mid 2000s, like in medical school and into residency, there would be veterans, generally older guys at that time, like Vietnam era. That's primarily who I was caring for at that time. They would come into the VA for like a group therapy that session, let's say it was an hour. They would stay in the VA all day. They eat lunch, they be hanging out. And I remember thinking at that time, who wants to come and hang out in the hospital all day? But I came to understand military culture a little bit better as a person who didn't serve, understanding it. But a lot of veterans don't feel safe out here, which is what they would call the civilian world. They don't feel safe out here. And they want to be in that physical location where they can be around other veterans. A lot of veterans work in the VA hospital system too. They want to be there because they feel safe there and they don't feel judged there and they feel like they can share their experiences. So it just made me think about what this veteran creator said about wanting to share the experiences and receiving so much negativity. And caring for Vietnam veterans, a common theme amongst our sessions would be the trauma, of course, how they're coping with what happened during their service time. But a lot of the trauma was from how they were treated when they came back. Can you imagine coming from a war zone and being spit on, picketed, throwing stuff at you? I mean, you are traumatized and you're getting that kind of reaction. There were some, veterans I took care of who came back, moved somewhere, and never told anyone they went to Vietnam. Never brought it up, never would say disclose they were in the military. They just went on and lived their life and acted like they just weren't have military time at all, because that's how bad and how stigmatized they were. And to hear that this veteran creator is getting such negativity, again, as Americans typically do, just do not learn from past experiences and continue to repeat the same mistakes that are happening. So I really appreciate that you do share your experiences. The VIS veteran creator also shares their experiences about the frustrations of getting care in the VA. Spot on. The structure of the VA like disability system, like in disability payments, and the oddness about that. For people, let's say, who have PTSD, sometimes to keep your benefits, if you're receiving disability benefits from the VA for PTSD, you have to go at certain intervals and you have to be interviewed about that again. And now these people have your records, right? But you have to come and talk to a new person you don't know about something very traumatic. And a lot of veterans would avoid doing that. But if they avoid doing that, they may risk losing their service-connected disability. So the system, it's just a very frustrating system. So this veteran creator has shared, some a discussion about their experiences with like care in the VA, also with the disability systems, which really are two different agencies, and it's not a mess, but it's hard to navigate, and some of it honestly doesn't even make sense as a person who like would try to assist people in this process when I would be asked to do so. It's just a very frustrating system. But anyway, I'm making this video just to say that we do need to hear and respect veteran voices without being negative and judgmental. Of course, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but we shouldn't silence the voices of veterans. They have a lot of important things to say, and they have an understanding of the government and how it works that a lot of us could benefit from hearing.